Home to the mountain.
You know, this is a question I've always wondered myself. Is there ever a whiskey that comes out of a barrel that you just can't place in any of your bottles? I'm not saying a bad whiskey, but you know, that whiskey that, hey, you know, I'll take that home if you're just going to throw it away. You know what I mean?
You know, we've had some stuff that it wasn't really for quality reasons, but there are some legal guidelines that you have to be able to meet. And if you just by chance don't get some of those guidelines right, you do have to destroy it. There's a process I wish to go about it. But, you know, I would tell you that we have not had that happen here very often. We're constantly testing, you know, throughout the process, and we know all the areas where quality can either be created or could be, you know, a failure. And we're on top of those areas pretty heavily. We don't wait till, you know, years down the road to start tasting the whiskey to find out what we have. We're, you know, literally from the time the water and the grains arrive, we begin testing, and we're monitoring it every day throughout fermentation. We're monitoring the stills as they run every hour. So it's not like we're going to be surprised. We know very well what we're doing, and we try not to ever be driving blind or in the dark. You know, by making the barrels, I think the big unknown element in whiskey making is the maturation process, and that is because, you know, you end up buying a barrel from a company that hopefully you trust to give you what you're wanting, but there's a lot of variables that come in the barrel. The barrel is going to be all of your color. It's going to be over half of your flavor. So that's sort of that big final piece of the puzzle of, you know, as far as completing the whiskey and creating your final character. And I tell people I sleep better at night because here at Jack Daniel's we're making that for ourselves. So we know where our wood comes from. We know how long it was cut and seasoned before it was brought in and fashioned into a barrel. We've been able to perfect those processes and get the toasting and charring processes where they're very consistent. So it's not like we're going to be surprised years down the road.